You're the type of man who knows a long day's work. You come home at night and the missus got supper on the table. Before bed you see she's got that twinkle in her eye. Normally, you'd be nervous about your little feller keeping up. Luckily, you got your little blue friend to help you out.
Boner pills can cause swelling, bloating, blood clots in and around, but not limited to the eyes, mouth, left armpit, and spleen. Ask your doctor if you're cool enough for sex. And don't forget,
if you have an erection lasting more than 4 hours, contact your doctor. Did you know they included that at the end of the infamous Viagra commercials as a dog whistle signaling to men that you may be able to have an erection that lasted 4 hours if you took Viagra? I think this is one of the many reasons that Viagra has reached this sort of iconic status in our country, but I've noticed a lot of younger men coming to me recently that are facing a straight up Viagra addiction. And it got me wondering, why? Why is this happening? Why are younger and younger men becoming so dependent on Viagra? And why is it that doctors are using Viagra to treat performance anxiety? In this video, I'm going to cover all that, and I'm going to give you advice for curing performance anxiety that does not require any little blue pills. If you've ever taken Viagra or know someone who has, make a Viagra joke in the comments. I will reward the best Viagra related joke with a free course, one of my 3 masterclasses you will get for free if you make the best Viagra joke. We'll see what you come up with. Hi, I'm Caitlin V. I am a sex coach, and for the last several years, I have been focusing on men's sexuality. My specialty is premature ejaculation and erectile dysfunction, both of which are caused by performance anxiety in men that are otherwise healthy and have no physiological underlying cause of either one of those conditions. The truth is that a lot of men get prescribed Viagra to treat their performance anxiety. Performance anxiety is a fear that you will not be able to perform sexually, and it is often a mental condition that becomes manifest by ejaculating too soon, or not being able to get hard, or not being able to get off. Traditional doctors and urologists don't have a really great toolkit for treating performance anxiety. Therefore, they are left to medications in order to treat the condition. And the most easily accessible and famous popular medication for treating male penis sexual health stuff is Viagra or Cialis or any of the other prescription drugs that are PDE5 inhibitors. The way that these work in your body is to actually allow more blood to flow and to stay in the smooth muscle tissue in the penis. I say that because a lot of men erroneously believe that Viagra is somehow like testosterone. It is not testosterone. It actually allows your body to take more blood when and if you become aroused into the penis. This is super important to keep in mind because essentially erections work by relaxing, and Viagra helps your smooth muscle to relax. If you want to get hard and stay hard, there are some other things that you can do first. And I would also highly recommend that you get your testosterone levels checked, which is why I've partnered with Let's Get Checked. You can check out their male hormone advance kit at trylgc.com/Caitlin, and they've offered my viewers a substantial discount on all of their testing kits. The code is in the description below. And I think this is really important. Number one, if you've never had your testosterone tested and you are experiencing some form of erectile dysfunction, it is time for you to get tested. Two, if you've ever had a test that demonstrated your numbers were low, off, or something to be concerned about, it's time to get tested again. I recommend that you get rechecked every 6 months if any of your levels are abnormal. I also recommend their advanced test because it includes a measure of prolactin. And prolactin has actually been associated with sexual enjoyment, orgasm satisfaction, depression, and erectile dysfunction in men. I think it's worthwhile to get that tested. Now let's talk about Viagra. Viagra can help you to get and stay erect, but it cannot help you with performance anxiety. In fact, performance anxiety has nothing to do with your ability to get erect. It just can cause you not to get erect. Viagra will leave you with performance anxiety and a boner. There are many things that you can do to address your performance anxiety. All of them I have outlined very, very explicitly in other videos and in my course Come When You Want, which is specifically about premature ejaculation. But ultimately, all of the techniques that I use in there are about treating performance anxiety. So if you're interested, check that out. The link for that is in the description as well. Now, if you do ever experiment with Viagra, a couple things to keep in mind. Number one, only get it from a legitimate source. There are plenty of pharmacies online claiming to sell Viagra that are selling all kinds of compounds and synthetic chemicals that they're creating in labs all over the world, and very, very few of them are actually sending you legitimate Viagra. If you have a desire for Viagra, go to the doctor. Unfortunately, for right now, that's the only way for you to successfully get it. Now, that said, a test like the at-home testosterone kit from LGC, you don't actually have to go to the doctor. There is some benefit there. So if you're nervous about going to the doctor, try testing your testosterone and then consider going to the doctor if you still want to get Viagra or Cialis, etc. Also, and even more importantly, do not mix Viagra with other drugs. Viagra can cause all kinds of nasty side effects, including blindness and hearing loss, short-term and permanent, and if mixed with other drugs, can cause dangerous drops in heart rate. There's plenty of deaths associated with it. There's been plenty of really shocking medical issues caused by Viagra, including priapism, which is what they're concerned about when they're talking about the 4-hour erection. The truth is that with Viagra, you can have an erection that doesn't go down, that doesn't leave, that will not subside. And if that happens to you, it actually can cause a very, very dangerous medical condition. And the way that doctors release that blood is worse than you're probably even imagining right now. So going to the hospital because you mixed Viagra with other drugs such as Trimix, or because you decided to take too many Viagra, you thought, well, if one works, I should take 2 or 3, and you end up having to go to the hospital to have your dick drained of blood, it will be a horrifying, traumatic experience that I do not wish on anyone. So please, if you are going to use Viagra, only do it under a doctor's care with their supervision, and definitely don't mix it with any other drugs, and that includes alcohol. Now, a popular question is, can women take Viagra? And theoretically, the answer is yes, but there have not been wide-scale studies on its safety. However, small anecdotal studies did demonstrate that for some women, they actually improved their genital arousal and sensitivity and made it easier for them to reach orgasm. The most important thing to take away from that is that yes, Viagra does work on women's erectile tissue, but if a woman doesn't want to have sex, Viagra will not make her want to have sex, and it won't make her aroused. If she does enjoy sex, or she used to enjoy sex, she can't enjoy sex anymore for a physiological thing or because of aging, Viagra may work for her. Again, ask your doctor. One other thing that you should definitely keep in mind is that Viagra doesn't solve the problem of performance anxiety, but it can create one. If you start taking Viagra and then become reliant on it and you depend on it, every time you want to have sex, you've got to pop a pill, and you're afraid that you can't have sex without popping a pill because you fear that you may disappoint her, you're setting yourself up for a psychological dependency on a prescription drug. I think a lot of this is caused by the fact that men now believe that they need to perform like porn stars because they grew up watching porn. The truth is that very few women are actually expecting you to be as rock hard and as firm and as consistent as the average porn star. This also may put you in a position where you find yourself lying to your partner because you do not want her to know that you've taken Viagra, thus causing a rift at the most basic and intimate level of your life, which is your sex life. So I highly recommend that if you have performance anxiety, you check out my course, Come When You Want, or you work with someone like me, a sex coach. One more thing that's super important to know is that if you experience erectile dysfunction, it could be an indication of a myriad of other health issues, diabetes, it's not venereal disease, vascular disease. I mean, I guess it could be an indication of venereal disease as well, but vascular disease for sure, heart disease, diabetes. If you notice suddenly that you're not getting as erect as you used to, or you're not getting erect at all, do go to your doctor. Whether or not you want Viagra, go to your doctor. It can be a very, very serious sign that something else is up, and it's definitely worth getting checked out. I sincerely want you to be able to have sex successfully for a very, very, very long time, naturally, and in a way that works best for you and for your body.